What's going on, guys? Just starting the video right now. Just wanted to let you know that this video is super long as I'm editing it, like way longer than I intended it to be. But we talk about and go through the decks like very much so in detail in the second half of the video here. And this whole first half, the first 20 minutes, is just opening stuff. So if you're not interested in seeing the opening or vice versa, you can just skip to, I'll put the timestamps in the description. So just want to let you guys know. I know it's a really long one. I apologize. I was gonna upload it in 2 parts, but I didn't. So there you go, and I'll leave you to watch it. Thanks. Okay, welcome back to another card opening video. We're getting a little bit festive today now that it's December. I got a little ornament in the background there. As well as the Pokemon Center free Pikachu. Today, I have to apologize. I was planning on opening some other stuff, but unfortunately, I have like a bunch of sealed product that has not shipped even from where I've ordered it from, even though I've ordered it weeks ago. So there's nothing extra for me to open today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the Battle Academy box. I'm also gonna show you, I bought this Charizard Vivid Voltage theme deck, so we'll get into that as well. And then me and Volnus are going to play cards using the Battle Academy box in the decks they provide to see, you know, how well it teaches you how to play the TCG, because neither of us know how to play it. To start off though, Volnus is going to open up a Hidden Fates tin. That has terrible centering anyway. That's about what I expected.
Look at that. It's pretty freaking bad. I really like this card though. Sorry, my hand's like shaking. I've got problems. I want you to know if I get these pulls, they're mine.
No, that's not how it works.
I'm opening it.
It's mine.
No.
They're my pulls.
No, but if I pull the Rainbow Charizard...
There's no Rainbow Charizard in this set. And if you pull the Charizard, it's mine. Alright, we got the Hidden Fates. What do we got? What? Why are you so silent?
I don't know.
Talk?
I just feel stressed. I'm just like really focused on like opening these because this is so close to my face right now. And we've got...
Whoa! There's something there. Wow, I already have that card. How do you pull 2 of the same shiny GX card?
It's pretty sick though.
Wow. Alright.
Gotta sleeve that boy up. Can I have it?
Can we talk about this later? Okay. I'm actually going to show this because this is something that I've been noticing. I've been pulling shiny cards and they've all had damage, as you can see, fresh out of the pack there, right?
Let me point for you. Right there.
Looks like somebody put a fucking cigarette out on the card. This is a pack fresh card. And I pulled a shiny Mewtwo yesterday and it had damage on the foil like this.
Yeah, which is like really disappointing.
Really disappointing. It sucks.
Because this is a double, but that Mewtwo is certainly not a double. Nice little fighting energy. Honestly, I rarely get fighting energy, so yeah. Makes me feel... Why did I miss you? Why did I miss you posing like that? Homegirl sad.
It's like a Sugimori artwork, is it? Oh wow, I was off.
Yeah, you
Doesn't
were.
look like a Sugimori artwork, actually.
You can't just like take it back because you were wrong.
It could have been. I feel like usually Sugimori artworks are pretty like, they're just like, here is the Pokemon, and it just looks like the game model.
Why would that be Sugimori with Misty?
Nothing specific
bending
about
her body out like that.
Nothing specific about it in that sense. In the sense that Sugimori illustrated like all of the official artwork to do like original 151 Pokemon. So like all the like official art of the like, I don't know past 151, but like, I don't know, it's pretty easy to kind of like distinguish. If I had a card illustrated by Sugimori, I could show you.
I see. How do you feel about this pack, babe?
Well, we already pulled a full art GX, so I'm thinking there's probably nothing else in this tin. If not, maybe like a baby shiny. So we'll see.
I like baby shinies. Ooh.
First Kangaskhan.
Okay, nice little reverse holo. And Misty's Water Command. This is a pretty cool card.
It's pretty okay. Look at that centering. They all have that super bottom heavy centering.
Yeah. Nice little fairy type.
Fairy energy?
They don't have fairy energy anymore, I thought. Whoops. Damn.
Fairy energies.
Oh, I like the art on this.
Yeah.
Jessie. Honestly, that's pretty disappointing. I hate this set.
That's pretty much how it is. Okay, so now that a Hidden Fates tin is out of the way, we just got the card laying in the background there. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this Vivid Voltage Charizard Theme Deck. If I can figure out how to open this without absolutely obliterating the box, which it doesn't really look like that's gonna happen. So yeah, I guess I will be obliterating the box. I actually found this for retail in a Walmart. That was pretty cool. Now all those Walmarts are kind of just Dreadnought boxes, even though I saw those online for like, God, I keep bumping this camera. No, I saw those online for like $10. I don't know if that was, I don't know if it was like an official listing or something. I was like, holy shit, that's not that expensive.
Yeah, they said fuck Dreadnought.
Literally. Okay, here we go. Not super stoked on that centering, but it's fine. I kind of did want to get this Charizard card graded. I don't know when, but at some point. Oh, geez. Just because, wow, okay. Just because this variant is exclusive to the theme deck. So you actually, the regular line holo pattern is in the set, and then this cracked ice foil Charizard is only available in the theme deck. And I also believe that there is an exclusive non-holo version of this card that can also only be found in the theme deck. I've been calling it a shatter foil, but I'm kind of starting to see that people are not calling it that, and they're calling it cracked ice holo, which, I mean, it doesn't really sound as good, but you know, I guess it's what it is. Okay, so here's the theme deck. It's been a really, really long time since I've gotten a theme deck, so I don't really know what's going to come in it. Okay, we got the Lugia, very nice. Vivid Voltage, Charmeleon, I guess mostly Vivid Voltage cards. Another Stray Fire Energy. I don't know what set this is from. I'm not familiar with that, unfortunately. Saw some Darkness Ablaze. We got the Leon as well. This card might be exclusive non-holo to this theme deck as well, but I can't remember at the moment. Dan, look at my guy Dan. Okay, we got the Yan Mega. Jesus Christ. Why is there... I don't know much about the TCG, as I was saying, but I bought this theme deck because I want to start playing. Oh, I like that. Was that Boba? Yeah. Best believe. Let's see. Yeah, I actually do want to play, so I am excited for that. And there you go. There is the non-holo Charizard, which you might think is kind of lame, but hey, it doesn't exist in the set. There's some light damage to it, so that's pretty fun. I'm going to try and use this deck at some point. We'll see what happens and when that's possible. I'll just pop it back in the thing here. Okay, rip. We also got Special condition poisoned. What is this? Is this just telling us what to do when we're poisoned? Maybe this is like status effect cards, just telling us what to do. We got some damage counters, which is pretty fun. Put this down for a second. Crack open Charizard Theme Deck. Booklet, let's see. So we have what appears to be a little guide on what's going on here, and I guess, you know, how to use the deck. I think the back has a card list. Nope, this is a Vivid Voltage card list. Awesome. Cool, I wasn't actually planning on buying the ETB for this set, so I'm glad that this is here. Cool, all right, well, I won't waste too much more time on that. Like I said, we got some damage counters. This looks like a quick start guide for how to play the TCG. This will be helpful potentially for later if the Battle Academy doesn't, you know, doesn't do what it needs to do. And this looks like, ooh, this actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, this actually looks pretty sick. I think this is going to be a poster with like a game board on the other side. They called it a playmat, I think, but there you go. That's pretty sick, actually.
The back?
I think the back, yeah, the back is like
Interesting.
a setup for the playmat. I guess this is where you would keep your prize cards, and then the bench, the active, discard, and deck. And they even have what you can do during your turn. Very nice. So they do be setting you up pretty nicely, and that is going to do it for the theme deck. And now we will get into the Battle Academy box. I did have an interest in learning how to play the TCG, but I mainly bought this box was for those good Hidden Fates, you know, set cards with the Battle Academy stamp. Also, we got a pretty cool little Charizard coin. And I'm gonna crack this open, give me just 1 second. So here's the front of the box. I'll try to, it's kind of big, sorry. I'll try to show you the sides. Oof. There you go, those are the cards I was talking about. They give you 3 decks, and these are the Charizard, Raichu, and Mewtwo cards from Hidden Fates. These cards originally came from the Japanese version of this box, which I think is just called like Family Pokemon Game or Family Card Game, I think. And then they were printed in Hidden Fates, and now they are in this Battle Academy English version with a special stamp on the bottom. So that's pretty sick, pretty cool. Get a little glimpse at what it's gonna look like when we got it all out of the box there. Take a look at the back. Probably got some information on what comes in the box. Very cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open. I'm gonna move these cards so I don't damage anything. So on the sides here, we actually seem to have a preview of each deck with what's in it. As you can see, these are pretty much all Hidden Fates cards. I don't know, again, I'm not sure if the entirety of these illustrations came from the original, please focus, the original Japanese variant of this box set. But like the original Hidden Fates cards anyway, not the ones that have other set symbols on them. Okay, here we go. So I guess it comes with a board that is really big and crackling right now. It's gonna be, I guess, just have little slots for, this basically looks like the poster that we got in the theme deck, but it's double-sided. So we got the active spot, we got the bench, what you can do during your turn, prize, discard, deck, but on both sides, if you can see, so that both people can play it. Okay, so here, I guess this is a guide on how to play each deck. This is kind of interesting. So it shows you what's in, what you can use, how you can play it. Obviously, I will look into this more in depth when we actually play it. But I did think ahead, and we're going to be using we'll probably just use the Battle Academy Raichu. Otherwise, I don't know. I'll have to check, see if the promo Raichu is the same as the Battle Academy one, because otherwise I'll just switch it out. And then we're just going to use the Mewtwo. I have a Hidden Fates Mewtwo that's really off-center, so we're not going to be using those Battle Academy Pokemon. You know how it is. I'm trying to preserve the condition. Here we go. This is the same sort of thing. They have it for each one. So we got more damage counters and some GX thingies there. It's kind of looks the same on the back. I'm kind of bummed, guys. I really wanted to open something this week, and I really wanted those Vivid Voltage battle boxes to show up for me, and they freaking didn't. And nothing's even shipped yet in my order from Pokemon Center for the Champions Path ETB that restocked. Friggin' that hasn't even shipped, and they're like, oh, allow 7 to 10 days or 7 to 14 days or something to ship. And I'm like, oh, damn, like, that's a long time, man. God damn. So here we go. We got the Mewtwo deck right here. Try and be as gentle as possible. There you go. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty damn center, so can't really complain about that. My guy Mewtwo. Oh, look at that. You got damage all over the back. You can see there's like some, didn't mean to bump the camera there. There's definitely some garbage on the back of the card there. There's like scuffs and shit. Isn't that so annoying? Isn't that kind of just the worst? Like, why does it look like that?
Oh, shit.
So there's that. Maybe we will end up using that one after all. But these all have like the Mewtwo battle. Ooh, we got a Cynthia. And of course, it's got that famous Hidden Fates centering, obviously.
Heavy on the bottom.
Heavy on the bottom. See, this is a Sugimori artwork because it kind of just like shows them in like a,
yeah,
I don't know how to explain it.
Just in the situation, it gives you a big context.
Yeah, and it's not really like artistically like anything. It's just like, oh, this just looks like an official picture of and there's an Espeon that looks kind of nice. Cynthia's a really good trainer card. Everybody loves the Cynthia card.
Cynthia can get it and give it. She's a badass and she will kick your ass. No.
It's true. Oh, we got a Cresselia in this deck. What? In what set was Cresselia an uncommon? I don't even know that set symbol. It's probably like Unified Minds. It definitely is Unified Minds, actually. And I'm thinking about it. We had the Hidden Fates Mew. There was a couple of these. Bugcatcher. Another Espeon. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully the Charizard isn't effed up, because that is kind of like the main reason why I bought the box. As long as the Charizard's okay.
Well, it's frustrating. We pay a lot of money for this, for the cards to come damaged.
I know. It's like I'm trying to get that fresh out of the box 10, just so I can have it. Plus, like, 10s are kind of selling for a lot, and now I kind of understand why. Okay, I can already see that this Charizard has bad centering. Yeah, it's got that really bottom-heavy centering going on, so that's kind of annoying. But I mean, hey, if it's perfect in every other aspect, it could still get a 10 as far as I'm concerned. Flip it over to the back. Doesn't seem to have any damage like the Mewtwo card.
Kind of looks like there's like some weird glaring lines going through here.
Alright, well, this was kind of a bust, I guess.
But
I mean,
actually, now that I'm looking at this, it kind of has the same lines.
Maybe that's just the art?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, I'll just pop that over there, I guess. That was kind of a bust. This box was only like $25, but like still, it's just like, damn. That's a Burning Shadows Charmander right there. Very nice. Kangaskhan, that looks like, what, Dragon Majesty or something? They got the numbers on it too? Not bad. You see they got the number beside it? Very cool. Okay. With a Moltres. Very nice. Flareon's always in fire decks. I hate Flareon, man. For no good reason, I just hate him. Yeah, fuck Flareon. There you go. We got the Charmeleon. Oh, we got the Welder. There you go. Attach up to 2 energy cards from your hand to one of your Pokemon. If you do, draw 3 cards. It's a pretty sick trainer right there. I know people use the Welders when they're trying to set up those Charizard VMAX decks, which, like, honestly, that just seems like a little bit too much work for me. I don't know if I would partake in that, but I respect people who do. Okay, and now for the moment of truth, where the Raichu is going to have absolutely perfect centering. I expect no less. This card is going to be PSA 10 condition, hands down, and that is just the nature of this.
Is it?
Well, the centering's not perfect, but it's not like terrible. Let's flip it over. Okay, now we got a fat print line right down the center of the card. I guess they just like damaged these cards and like you can see it right across there. Can you see it?
Yeah,
honestly, I guess they were like, man, you're fucking playing these cards. You ain't grading them. We're going to damage them in the factory. And we were like, okay. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, what do we got in this cards? We got Electabuzz, Alolan Raichu. It's interesting that this is called the Pikachu deck. I mean, like, I see why they did that. But at the same time, it's like, it's definitely a Raichu deck. It's okay, though. You know, like, it's called the Mewtwo deck. The Charizard deck, and then the Pikachu deck for some reason. There you go. There's another one. You got Tauros, Electivire. Electivire is a nice one. Although, it looks like they have him recharging from that Giga Impact. Interesting. This is all pretty new to me. Like I said, I haven't really played the TCG before, so it's kind of interesting. You got the Mach Bolt, 100 damage. Pretty decent, I guess, for 3 energies. I don't really know. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. I guess that's fine. Like, it's pretty cool. How's pretty decent. Cynthia, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. It's like the good version of Professor Sycamore, I think it is. Sycamore is just like, discard your hand and draw like 7 cards or something. I think that's Sycamore. Maybe I'm misremembering, but yeah, you don't want to be discarding all your hands. I made that mistake and just fucking discarded all of my cards. In the I played the TCG online like introductory, and that's what I got. That's all I got. There you go. That's actually pretty cool. I like this coin. It's pretty interesting. Again, with the Pikachu, kind of doesn't make sense. Obviously, I know why they're doing it. I'm gonna use this code, so don't try to use it. So that's it. That's the box. I'm a little bit disappointed because I really wanted to grade the Charizard specifically, especially because I don't have a Hidden Fates Charizard yet. I just haven't pulled one, so I'm like, I really wanted him to be gradable. He's probably still gradable. Like, he's definitely a 9, I think. I don't know, there's like some speckles or something on here. Like, he's a solid 9, I think, but it kind of just sucks because I'm like, I don't really want a 9. Like, I don't feel like 9s in Modern really have too much value because, you know, this stuff is still sitting on the shelves, right? You can just go out and buy more and fresh out of the box. Like, it should be, realistically, I should be able to get a 10 on it, so it's kind of frustrating, although I'm sure 9s might have a bit more. Well, I mean, 10s probably have a bit more value because these cards are just like, the quality control is just so shit. I really wanted to buy a Japanese box set as well because I wanted to have both of the Battle Academy Pokemon in both languages, but that sold out before I could buy it, unfortunately. So, because you just know the Japanese box would just have perfect centering on all of them and just 10s around the table. So anyway, that's that. We are going to go play with these cards now, read the rules, and see what we can do. I'm going to film it, and we're going to see if we know how to play the TCG. Let's do it. Okay, so I actually didn't end up filming it just because we took like a really long time to go over it, and the lighting and the camera wasn't really super great, so it didn't end up looking like that good and everything, so I just ended up scrapping it. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the decks and the Battle Academy. First things first, so the guidebooks for the Charizard and the Pikachu deck are actually like a guided play. So like they tell you to set it up in a specific way and organize the cards numerically, and then they'll just like tell you what to do. They're like, okay, so you're gonna draw a card, it's gonna be a Charmander, put it in the active spot, attach an energy, it's your first turn, so tell the other player it's your turn. And then you look at the Charmander guide and it's like, or the Pikachu guide, and it's like, sick, it's your turn, the other player did. And you know, it's just, that's what the two guides are for. It's actually really funny. I played the Pikachu deck because Volnus wanted to play the Charizard deck, and they really set you up for failure there at the end. Like, they totally just, they get you like a Pokemon, they set you up, and then they just let you get it knocked out. And then at the end, it's like, okay, you can finish the game without the guide now, and, you know, and see what happens. Like, you're on your own. And so they kind of just leave you with the Pikachu deck. Like, they really set you up for failure. But anyway, so I just wanted to go over the decks because I did put them into the TCGO. The actual Battle Academy decks are kind of shit. I'm going to be completely honest. Oh, is there allegedly a holo Charmander in here? There's not actually a holo Charmander in the deck. So this Kangaskhan is just like a really good example. Oh yeah, I should probably say first, I'm like getting into the TCG, so I have a little bit of experience, I have a little bit of play, and a little bit of knowledge, just a tiny bit, on playing with like theme decks and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion as a beginner on what's going on in these decks, including the Vivid Voltage one. And so, yeah, just keep in mind I'm a beginner. If you're like a really seasoned player and you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? This is dumb. You know, just please keep in mind that I played this game for the first time like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, so it's always nice, personally, I feel, to have like some strong, basic, colorless Pokemon in the deck. This is a good example. The fire deck that they give you automatically has like a Snorlax in it that's like 3 energies. It's like a coin flip, and then he has an ability that like reduces damage done to him. So if you can get that Snorlax set up, like most of these normal Pokemon will just smack shit. Like Volnus just had Kangaskhan's, and she was flipping heads every fucking time, and she was just sweeping through. Like, she didn't even have to use the Charizard. So yeah, that's really good. I like that one. These ones are okay as well. The Charizard GX is like pretty good. I personally don't really love playing with GX at least not like the GX Pokemon that they provided. Like, these Pokemon are kind of hard to get out because you have to like find a Charmander, find a Charmeleon. If you find a Charizard first, you know, it's like you play that, and then you have this Charizard, and then suddenly you pull this one, and you're like, hey, what am I supposed to do with that? So this Charizard is like a little bit difficult to set up, and then two, once I did set it up, it was like, it did clean house pretty decently, but again, it was just like, it was difficult to set up. This Flare Blitz is a really good nerf. The fact that it does... The only issue I have with the GX Pokemon, I know this is kind of the point, but like, the only issue I have is they do so much damage that it's like, in order to stand up to a GX Pokemon or like a V Pokemon, you kind of have to have like specifically a GX Pokemon to like go up against it, or have a specific Pokemon that is like built to deal with GX Pokemon, which it's kind of interesting in the Sidekick deck. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but there's an Espeon in that deck which is like built to murder fucking GX Pokemon, and I love using it. But so anyway, this one's pretty good. It's okay. I didn't realize when I was looking through the cards, I glossed over what I believe is a Dragon Majesty Charizard. I think that's what this is. Anyway, so this is actually a really good Charizard. Of course, I don't love that we discard an energy. I'm not a fan of energy discards. Obviously, you know, as you play more, I'm sure that's something that you just have to deal with. And I think there's actually a fishing rod or an ordinary rod or something trainer card in this deck, which allows you to pull energies from your discard pile. So that's a really good trainer to keep on you, from my experience, for discard things. This is really helpful too for dealing with GX Pokemon. The ability, you know, you can read it yourself. I don't need to talk over everything. Fuck this Flareon. I don't like this Flareon because it's like, it does decent damage. 130 is pretty good, but like, we don't like discarding 2 energies. Like, you're going to be wasting a lot of energies, and then the only other attack he has is Bite. And so it's like, that's a lot of energy to just be... So I wouldn't even bother. This is kind of like a maybe attack once with it, you know, put 3 energies on it, get a Fire Spin out, and then, you know, knock him out or whatever, just use Bite to finish him off next turn. Like, I wouldn't personally use this Flareon too much. That being said, this Moltres is really good. There's another one, obviously, in the deck that they provide you with, the beginner deck. I like that one a lot too. I don't know which one I would say is better. I like that this one allows you to attach an energy card from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. The only issue I found is that by the time I got a Moltres set up and ready to go, given that I'd already had the GX Pokemon, you know, I was finding it really difficult to actually have energies in my hand to be, you know, spare energies to be throwing out. Obviously, you know, if you get this set up first, ideally that's what would happen. Or, you know, whatever. It's just in the particular situation that I got to use it, I wasn't really able to utilize that too much, although I can see this being a very helpful move. Salazzle's kind of just like there. He put some decent enough damage out, but, you know, he's okay. That's pretty fine, I guess. I just kind of wish that maybe we could sub Flareon for, like, a different Pokemon, just because, like, you know, maybe sub out this line. Apologize for the vibration there. Maybe sub out the Flareon for, I don't know, something else, like an Arcanine, or, I don't know, like, I would have to go looking through a bunch of different fire cards. I can't really say, but didn't really love the Flareon, and I felt like Salazzle, with, like, Moltres and Kangaskhan, didn't really stand too well, especially when trying to, apart from the Charizards, I had trouble, like, you know, doing damage with the deck, and that's probably my bad. I built the Moltres while I had a benched Kangaskhan, which I probably should have focused on building up that Kangaskhan, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of luck with this deck. I don't really love it personally. The Great Ball, pretty decent. Obviously, I don't know. I don't feel like I should explain this, but this is a good card overall. It's difficult because we didn't know how to shuffle. We still don't really know how to shuffle properly. We don't have sleeves for these cards, so all of the decks that we were playing with are fucking destroyed now. They're done because we, you know, 4 Great Balls. You're pulling Great Balls. You got Cynthia's, How's, or I don't think How requires you to shuffle, but you know, you got Cynthia's, all kinds of different stuff requiring you to shuffle your deck, and so, you know, I like Switch. I really do like Switch. I would rather sub Potion for maybe like a Pokemon Center Lady or something like that. I found this to be kind of useless. That being said, Volnus was pulling Pokemon catchers out and flipping coins every time. I personally didn't have a lot of luck with this, but again, you know, she was successful. Obviously, Cynthia's a good card. Love to have that. I like these cards, the draw cards. You know, very helpful. This one can be helpful, I think. Yeah, it has its applications. And obviously Welder is good if you have those spare energies lying around. So now that we've gone through the Charizard deck, the other one's kind of the same. I'll go over the Raichu deck very briefly. This Zebstrika's actually pretty damn good. You can get off some pretty serious damage for like not a lot of energy. He's got decent enough HP. It's just, you know, stage 1, so you don't have to go through like too much trouble. Like the Zebstrika, It's very nice. Even this, the Pikachu and the Alolan Raichu is pretty good. I think the Raichu Pikachu deck they give you is a bit better, the Raichu in there, but I can't really remember. Didn't get a chance to set up the Raichu GX, but overall, like, he looks kind of weak, so don't really, you know, you kind of have to watch out with the normal Pokemon. They got this recoil. It's pretty consistent with, like, the games in a sense, where, you know, you got these pretty decent heavy damage moves, you know, but they are also causing you recoil. It's the same. I think there's a Tauros in this deck. It's the same shit, yeah. So yeah, it's just kind of like, you kind of have to be careful with that. I don't really personally like playing with cards like that, but it is what it is. Another thing I found, I spent a lot of time setting up this Electivire a few times, and it was not good. Giga Impact is just a complete nerf, so like, you know, it gives me like slow start vibes, where it's like, Thunder Punch is fine if you're good with the coin flip, but again, you're risking doing damage to yourself, and then it's like, this is a nice chunk of damage, but this is kind of like an ode to joy, I feel like, where you kind of use this attack if you know, either you know that they aren't set up and they weren't prepared for that, so they aren't really able to put much damage on you, or, you know, you're content with him doing the work. You know, there's a GX Pokemon that just came into the active slot, and you're just trying to get some damage off on him before, you know, before he kills you next round. So, but again, like, I didn't really find application for this card. I don't really love it too much. It was kind of difficult for me to play. The Electro Power is really good. This just does 30 more damage for electric Pokemon attacks when you play it. Again, with the switch, Potion Great Ball, you know, same kind of vibes, so that's pretty nice. We should actually talk about the Sidekick deck as well, because this is actually a good deck. I actually really like this deck. This is considered the advanced deck, but this deck's pretty damn good. I actually have had moments where this first contact has been helpful, especially because there is a decent amount of... this isn't the right one, actually. This is my edited one, sorry. I want to go over that after, rather. The first contact is good. It's only 1 energy, and it's 3 basic Pokemon. You know, there's some pretty solid basic Pokemon in here. Again, the Snorlax, there could have been a better Snorlax, but obviously it is the Hidden Fates one, so... You know, I found the Mew to be a little bit kind of not the greatest, so I actually ended up taking the Mew and the Snorlax out, I believe. I kept a Cresselia because this card actually cleans up. If you can get this card, it is a discard like card, but if you can get this card set up, this card does work, man. Especially, like, I'll show you what the setup is in the... I, like, have an edited version of this deck. I'll show you in a bit. Again, Toxapex is basically just, like, Salazzle, but with more HP. So, like, it's a little bit better. Personally, I find this thing just does wonders, especially because there's so many of them in the deck. You're just setting up Toxapexes left and right just to get that nice 70 damage. The Mewtwo's really good. Personally, at first I was like, oh, he doesn't really have that much HP and like whatever have you, but if you can like attack first, this Psycrush GX attack, like if you're going up against another GX Pokemon, you discard all those energies, you just nerf the shit out of them. Like, it doesn't even matter that it doesn't do that much damage because they just can't do anything the next turn. Obviously, I'm sure there are GX Pokemon that isn't the case for, but just for the decks that we were using, you know, like I got that Charizard, that Dragon Majesty Charizard set up in a game, and Volnus just came in here with the Psycrush GX. I like managed to do a decent chunk of damage, but like, you know, she just completely detached those 3 energies, and I just didn't have the time or the energy to reattach to it, and she just, you know, she cleaned up. She actually cleaned up with the Charizard deck as well, to be honest. She was like pushing me around a little bit, which is funny because I did have like, I did win, but she was pretty damn good. So I feel like the only reason I really won in that situation was because I just had like a little bit more experience because I had played the online version a little bit. So, you know, she was definitely a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the Mewtwo deck. It's like generally the same deck. I'll show you the Sidekick deck, which is basically just a variation of the Mewtwo deck. I actually don't think I went over Espeon last time. So this is 1 energy card, and this attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon. So I find that a lot of the time people like to try and set up, you know, get energies attached to their bench Pokemon and like maybe sack off a basic Pokemon or put something a bit tanky up there to like take hits while they're attaching energies. So, you know, if there's like a GX Pokemon on the bench, like a Charizard with like 4 energies on it, and then like, you know, a few energies on other Pokemon, you're doing a lot of damage. Like this Espeon, and especially since there's 2 of them in the deck, this Espeon is just dominating. I think this card is so good. It's so unexpected. 1 energy, 90 HP, just like no big deal. And then it just comes out of nowhere and just bam, like sharp, quick attack, just fucking destroys you. I actually also worked this Gallade into the deck. This wasn't initially in the deck. I might work it out because from my experience, I haven't really gotten to play it in like a meaningful way. So, you know, I don't really have a lot of cards to pick from right now, so this was just one of the cards I happen to have. But in the future, I would like to, you know, maybe sub that out with a different Psychic Evolution line. I can't really say what right now. I'm not sure, but yeah, I would like maybe even like a Gardevoir. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I subbed in a Lugia because I got one in the Vivid Voltage deck, and this Lugia cleans house. This Energy Loop attack, and then you got the 30 damage. This Energy Loop attack is so OP. You're just like trading off energies. You know, you could like attach 4 or 5 onto it while you're just like setting it up, doing some other stuff, and then you put it out and you're just like hamming out friggin' 120 damage, and those energies are just going back in your hand to like put on other Pokemon, or if you're just waiting for something to come out of the deck, you know, you're just constantly attaching more energies. It's pretty awesome. I actually really like this card because I think it's like really unexpected. I don't think people necessarily expect this random just like regular rare Lugia to just be like sweeping, but this is like my MVP a lot of the time. We also got the Cresselia. We already talked about that. Same kind of deal. You know, if you can get it set up, you know, you're healing. I also put a Rock Helmet into this deck. I believe, where is it? Our Hard Charm. I don't know why I said Rock Helmet. So you're reducing damage. Obviously, you can put it on the Mewtwo as well. I think I had 2 of them, yeah. So just, you know, setting like one of those onto the friggin' Cresselia, and you're just like hamming out damage, healing up, taking reduced damage, like so good. Got to keep the Toxapexes as well. Got to keep that basic Mewtwo, and we got a Hatterene V from Champion's Path as well. The reason I worked the Gallade in is because I went up against an expanded deck, and this guy had like complete nerfs for basic Pokemon. So I think he was using an Obstagoon, Galarian Obstagoon, and it had an ability that was like, one of its attacks, Obstruct, did like 90 damage and was like, this Pokemon is invincible to basic attacks, or attacks from basic Pokemon in the next turn. And so like I couldn't. I had to like try to swap out, and like it was really hard. I'm pretty sure he beat me, but yeah, so I might consider switching this again. Like I just don't really have a huge selection of cards right now, so I'm just like putting these together with what I have. But this is pretty okay to me. Like this isn't, you know, you get 2 energies on him, you use the Confounding Pulse, you hope and pray, and if it comes through, you attach an energy the next turn and you just fuck him up. 180 damage flat, you know, he loses the flip, she loses the flip, and then, you know, there's another 180 damage, and you're just like, so I think this would be a good Pokemon. I haven't actually got the opportunity to like really put it to the test yet, but I kept 1 potion, grabbed an energy retrieval since we're discarding, you know, lots of energies. It actually might be helpful to switch that out with an ordinary rod now that I'm looking at it. I also put a Cherish Ball in here, so this is a way for me to see whether or not my Mewtwo is in my deck or if it's in my prize cards. I've pulled him a lot out with this. This is actually the promo that's being used for the GX Revival promos in Japan, alongside the Cosmic Eclipse, Dialga, Arceus, and Palkia card. If you were wondering, this is the Cherish Ball I was talking about for ordering a Tag Team All-Stars box. Or I think they're giving them out on Pokemon Centers. I think the details have changed since, but yes. Anyway, this one's not too bad. Ultra Ball, you know, just for getting Pokemon out, because you're constantly looking for Pokemon. Also got the Evolution Incense, same thing. We're always looking for Pokemon, not trying to discard too many cards, but, you know, also the Pokemon Center ladies, that's what I was talking about. You know, got to get that 60 damage, heals, keep in the house, dropped a Bug Catcher. We also got the Crushing Hammer, just like an item to play if you just feel like, you know, you want to take the opportunity to potentially take an energy off an opponent. Hard Charm again. I actually have to take the doubleless Colorgy out of this deck. The double colorless, rather, energy out of this deck, because I thought it worked differently than it did. I thought that this would count. How should I explain this? Okay, so I attached it to my Mewtwo because I thought because it was a colorless energy, it could also count as a psychic energy. But it does not work that way. You can only, if it's calling for a colorless energy, you can attach any energy, but you cannot use colorless energy to, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, it has to be specifically, if it asks for psychic energy, it has to be psychic energy. You cannot use a double colorless. So learned that the hard way, lost a game straight up, spent a lot of time building him up, getting him ready with the double colorless just to make a fool of myself and lose the game. So that was nice. I'm just gonna actually, I'll fucking edit it right now. No, I'll just edit it after. I don't want to, this is probably already way too long. I actually wanted to also just take a quick second to talk about this Charizard Theme Deck from Vivid Voltage. This fucking deck is actually really, really good. So, you know, you got just a basic Charmander doing pretty decent damage. We don't discard, you know, we don't be doing that. We don't be using that Charmeleon. You know, you want to evolve him as quickly as possible. Again, I don't really use this ability. What's really awesome about this attack is it does 100 damage flat for 2 energies, and then it does 50 more damage for each Leon card. So, like, I don't even use the Leon cards when I use the Charizard. If I have a Leon card in my hand, I will, like, throw it out at best convenience, because, like, that's just, you get both Leon cards out, you're doing 200 damage flat before weaknesses and shit. So, like, that's just really good. He's got decent enough HP. He can stand a few attacks. Not to mention, you got the Yanma. I love U-turning out and around. This is just, it's always fun, especially, like, the Yan Mega does pretty decent damage, 2 energies for a U-turn. If you can get both if you can get 2 Yan Megas set up on your bench, like, you're made in the shade, buddy. You're just U-turning back and forth between these two, cutting the damage in half, and then you could just U-turn into, like, I don't know, Charizard or something, or, you know, something else. What I like to do is I obviously like to get the Lugia set up, but I also love having the Sudowoodo. This fucking Sudowoodo is awesome. It is actually really helpful. You attach 1 energy to it. It's, you know, you can draw 2 cards if you need to find more cards, or, you know, you just sit there and let Pokemon, you know, it's good to start with this card, because, you know, they're setting up, they're doing shit, and they have their, you know, random active Pidgey or whatever, just, like, hitting you for low amounts of damage, and you can just slowly build up the damage on him, and, you know, once you get into, like, 80 damage, he's only got 20 HP left, but he's doing 80 damage, and then you have a Leon card, you throw it down, you're, like, doing pretty decent damage from a Sudowoodo, and then, you know, you play a switch, pull him back, you know, go into Yan Mega, U-turn, or play the switch, pull him back, or U-turn into the Sudowoodo. Like, you know, this card is actually really awesome. He's actually, like, cleaned up. And then on top of it, with the Lugia, the Magcargo I don't really use too much. You know, he's pretty good. Like, 3 attacks, 60, or 3 energies, 60 damage. And then obviously I'm not really trying to discard energies, so You know, he's pretty okay. I'd probably sub him out with a different card if I like really wanted to, you know, optimize the deck, so to speak, but it's not really something I'm terribly concerned about. Obviously, we got the 2 switches for the discards, you know, because we are discarding energies, and with the Charmeleon, we've got the Ordinary Rod, so we can pull 2 energies from our discard pile back into the deck, or 2 Pokemon. So you get knocked out and you have 2 of these, you're pulling those energies, those Charizards, the Lugia back into your hand. You know, you're looking for it with this. You know, you're pulling Pokemon all the time, got great balls and shit. This one's really helpful too. Bead, just an extra energy per turn. And then of course the man himself, Leon. You know, this card has just like helped me start, like, because I like to do this thing where, you know, my plan of attack is generally I'm going to go ahead and attack you as fast as I possibly can, because I want to put you in a situation where you're uncomfortable. This is what I do when I play the TCG, is I get that Sudowoodo out, you put a little bit of damage on me or something, or whatever have you. You know, I might U-turn out into him or something, and you might feel like you want to put damage on him, and then you play a Leon, and suddenly I've knocked out one of your Pokemon, and you weren't ready to have your Pokemon knocked out, and now you're putting another Pokemon up that you also weren't ready to play, so you're like, okay, I have to sack this while I'm waiting to set this up, and then suddenly he's knocked out too, like Sudowoodo. You know, you're switching in, you're U-turning out, you're just doing massive damage. I personally really like playing this deck. I find it to be really fun, especially, you know, the Yanmegas, the Lugia, the Pseudo, like, all of these cards are great. These ones are okay. I'm mostly sacking Slugmas, to be honest, but yeah, these cards are really good. So anyway, I know this was probably like way longer than it needed to be, but I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because you know, I just bought all these decks. It's a TCG video, so why not go over it? I'll give you my experiences, and maybe you can teach me how to not suck, and we can talk in the comments. Also, quick little note, I did receive a package, so we will be opening next week. I also got a shipping confirmation from a Japanese website saying that my Shiny Star V and you know, all those other boxes and shit that I bought were on the way, and they're supposed to be delivered by December 10th, which is next week. So I really want to do a mail time video, but hopefully that Japanese, those, oh my god, I don't know why I'm struggling to speak so bad. Hopefully those Japanese cards show up before, you know, next Friday or something, so that I can do a mail time video for them and everything that I've ordered, and then on the Saturday hopefully we can, you know, open some Shiny Star V or something like that. So thank you guys for watching. I know this wasn't really a collector video, this is more about the TCG, but it's just something I'm getting into, and I really I'm having a good time with it, so I appreciate your patience. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we will be back to opening up that nice sealed product very, very shortly. Thanks.